that they are able to catch the recording. So, all right. So yeah, I just have a lot of information, a lot of stuff that's been really on my heart for a long time. I just have been not too scared to share it, just kind of like waiting for that right moment. And I think for me, like last week after going to that conference and everything, and I didn't really tell a lot of people I was going. And so it was kind of funny because then Monday I got a bunch of messages. People are like, where are you going? Like, what are you doing? And so, but it was kind of last minute sort of, and I was excited because it was a non-Beachbody event, and it was Tony Robbins and Robert Herjavec and Gary Vee. And Gary Vee's awesome. Like he actually does a YouTube video like every day, a new one. And so I've been trying to watch that a little bit. Don't listen with your kids around because he kind of has a potty mouth, but he's super inspiring. Like just really, like my goal in the coming weeks is like to listen to him first thing in the morning, like before I get to work, because like he just kind of like kicks you in the butt. Like, let's go, like get over yourself, get over your crap. And then Robert Herjavec, like I could have listened to him talk all day. Like he, just such an amazing story, like of somebody that comes from nothing and just literally built himself from the ground up, and just kind of his way of being like, and I'm going to talk about it a little bit, just share a few things that he mentioned that I like looked at myself. I'm like, yep, like that's me. Like I need to like stop giving myself an out. Like I need to, you know, kind of step up in different areas, and I'll share a little bit about that too. But then Tony himself, like he is, you know, I've heard him speak before, like on videos and whatever, but like, oh, the energy in the room. Like I actually want to kind of stalk his calendar and try to figure out when he has like his legit like change your life seminars are ridiculously expensive, but I want to find when he's closest to Iowa next and like kind of put that on my goal board, because he was just, I mean, and it was neat to be around like other business people, like legit, like real estate business, and or just people that came for the personal development aspect. But Tony's really awesome too. And so if you get a chance to maybe catch some of his podcasts or videos, he's pretty awesome too. So one of the things, the first thing I want to talk about, because then everything else kind of stems from that, is if you've been coaching for a while, if you're brand new, there's a title, there's a recognition, there is a advancement that's part of Beachbody called Elite. And it's in the top, like, what is it, 0.01% and Premier. And so this will be 2015, 16, 17, 18. So this will be like my third year, but my fourth year that our team could qualify. And in 2015, when I first started coaching, my coach was like, hey, you like could be Premier. And I was like, oh, what's Premiere? Like, you know, you take me to a movie premiere? Like, what does that mean? And because I was just doing my thing. Like, I was just inviting to challenge groups. I was inviting my challengers to be coaches, like, and we were just rocking it. And so then all of a sudden she's like, you could be Premiere. And then I stopped and looked at the FAQ, like, what's Premiere? And then I was like, I got so focused on that. I was like, oh my gosh, we could be Premiere. We were. I mean, we didn't hit it. We didn't get the diamonds and stuff in time, which was fine. But then it kind of got me rolling and thinking like, okay, there's more to this than just let's hit Success Club. Like, let's help people. Let's get them in challenge groups. And so it's Beachbody's way of giving you like goals and things to reach for and push for. And so obviously, like, since then, my goal has always been like to be an elite coach, to be an elite team, and to have our team be recognized like that. And especially since like 2016, 2017, like our teams went through so much stuff, so much crap, so much life happenings, that every time it got to be around this time of the year, I was like, you guys, like, we're so close, like, we could do it. And it's always been too late. Like, it's always been like October, November. I'm like, you guys, we're so close, we can so do it. And so it's been really since Summit, it's been on my heart, like, wanting to make it happen, but I've just been scared or just didn't know how to like tell the team, like, you guys, like, we could do this. This could be our year. And so every year we've been so close, and every year they change the requirements a little bit. And every time they change it, like, we could have made it the year before. Like, every time they change that. And so I've been kind of, since Summit, I've been kind of looking at our numbers and trying to figure things out. And it is a long shot. Like, I'm not going to lie to you. Like, it is like, it's not impossible, but it is if you guys want to commit and take that journey with me, like it's going to be an intense September, October, November, December, 4 months. Oh, of course I have a crying child. But one of the big things, and I don't want you guys to walk away from this call. Like, I know when other coaches say they're pushing for elite, sometimes they're like, well, how do I tell my team that? And for me, I think the reason it means so much is because for me personally, it would make me feel like I'm doing my job as a leader. Like I am helping you guys advance your businesses and helping you guys hit Success Club and earn that income and get yourselves to where you want to be. Try giving her a passy or just bring her down here if she's crying. And then just to show as a team, like the lives that we're changing. You know, like, yes, it's a title. Like, yes, it's a recognition. Yes, it's something I know for a fact our team deserves. But it just really goes to show, like, the lives you're changing and the income that myself and you guys and your coaches are producing and things. So that's really what I want to make sure you guys understand is I want us to get that title so that way I know, like, I'm doing what I need to do to help you guys succeed and get to the levels and where you want to be, mainly with just income and getting your Success Club points going and all those kind of things. And your own journey too, your own physical transformation in your journey that way too. So what I want to do moving forward and how I want to, if you guys want to commit and go on this ride with me, I want you, or this is what some things that I want to do moving forward together. So Eat That Frog. If you guys have ever heard that book, read that book, August for me, I will be honest, like August kind of sucked. I don't know if it sucked. Well, Andrea, like she freaking nailed it out of the park. But August was hard, and August is always hard. It's a tough month. It's a weird month. Like for me, it was. I went like hardcore gung-ho the first 2 weeks of the month, and then I literally burnt myself out. Like I had nothing left in the tank. I was so burnt out. I was burnt out on trying to find time to spend with my family, like trying to get on track, like all this kind of stuff. And I know I had tons of stuff just going on with, hang on just 1 second. All right. What was I gonna say? Talking about August, it was hard. It was, and then I just had like random things that came up. And so it's just, I struggled to get myself on track and on a schedule and on a routine. And the problem was I found myself, all the things I knew that I needed to do, I kept putting off. And I kept putting off. And anybody ever had that happen to you? And then like inviting, like I would put off my invites and I'm like, why are you doing this? Like that's what you need to do to hit Success Club, to get coaches, is like you have to invite. And so it wasn't until like the last week of August where I was like, all right, I'm not where I want to be. Like, here we go, let's go. And then I started doing that. Like I put that down. I'm like, non-negotiable. Like after I got back from Orlando, I was like, this is what you have to, like, you have to send your invites. You have to do this stuff first. You have to message the people that are commenting on your posts. Like those things you have to do. And so I thought, okay, those are the things that I need to do. Those are the things my coaches need to do and their coaches need to do. So why don't we do them together, right? Like, why don't we just eat that frog and do it together? And now I'm like, do I even want to say this based on what Andrea and Maria were saying right before I pushed record? But so what I want to do is at 6:30 in the morning, I'm going to open up a Zoom. I'll do it. Well, okay, 6:30 and we'll see how it goes. But 6:30, I'm going to open up a Zoom. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to unmute. I'm not going to like, hey guys, how's it going? I'm just going to open up a Zoom, and whoever can jump on at 6:30 and you eat that frog at 6:30 in the morning. Okay. Or if some of you are like 7:30 would work better, I'll open up a Zoom at 7:30 and 6:30, and we're going to eat that frog for just 15, 20 minutes. Personally, for me, what I'm going to do in that half-hour block is I have it written down right here. I'm going to message all the people that liked my posts from the day before. If I have any people that I need to message from my poll responses that like my polls, and I'm sending my invites, like my challenge group invites, my coach invites. I'm doing those 3 things right away. Then when I sit down like at nap time and at night, then I can respond to those messages. But what I found I was doing was I was like, well, I'll send out my invites at night. And then night came and then I didn't. And then the next day, like I didn't have anything to respond to or talk to. So starting tomorrow, I'm going to open up a Zoom and I'll share the link in the team page and in the message thread and everything. And I'll like, for the first week, like I'll post in the thread like, hey, the call's open or the Zoom's open. And if you can't jump on, that's okay. Or if you want to jump on and you're finishing up your workout or whatever, but you just want to jump on, like that's fine. But for me, selfishly, it's also for me to keep myself accountable too, to eat that frog, because I know those are the things I have to do to move forward in my business and hit those goals. But I was putting them off 2 out of the 4 weeks of August, right? So 6:30 every morning, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, you know, whatever. Like I said, I'm not going to jump on and like, okay, guys, send your invites. Let's go. Like, I'm just going to open it up, and whatever that frog is for you. If you hate opening your inbox and following up with people, then that's what you're going to do during that 15-minute block. Okay. And then for, yes, my non-morning early people, if there is, and you guys just let me know, like if there's another time that you are like, that kind of pushes you out of your comfort zone a little bit, but yet, you know, like, okay, I could totally do that every day. Like, you know, I know some of you, like with Maria bringing your kids to school and stuff, it might be different. But yeah, so that's just kind of the point, to push you a little bit out of your comfort zone, but yet get that stuff done. And in the morning, it's got to be in the morning, because to eat that frog and then, you know, and some of you, yeah, I know you work better at night, but we got to get that stuff done like right away. And for me, I'm speaking to me too, because I've got to get those invites done first thing in the morning. Second thing. Oh, and so one other thing I thought of today about August, and one thing I learned that hit me at that conference and I wanted to share with you guys, is I know there is a massive difference between being lazy in this business and taking purposeful unplugged time. And what I mean by that is so there's sometimes where like I know I should be checking into the challenge groups, or I should be doing this, or I should be doing that. But I decide that I would rather just lay there and watch somebody's Instagram. That's being lazy, right? That's knowing what I need to do, but not doing it. But like this weekend, I got up early Saturday, got some work done, got some things done, and I didn't do anything the rest of the day. I purposefully unplugged. Same thing with yesterday, almost to the point, literally to the point yesterday where like my mother-in-law was talking about working out like today. And I was like, I was like, shit, tomorrow's Monday. Like I just completely spaced it and forgot. And I was already like 3 sheets to the wind by that time, just so you know. But I was like, oh crap, like it's Monday tomorrow. Like I purposely unplugged because I needed that, because I didn't do that in August. Like Kevin and I had a whole weekend to ourselves. And I literally like worked every second I could, because I was like, oh, I can get this done and this done. We have no kids. I didn't purposefully unplug. So I want you guys to understand that too, that there's a difference between like, oh, I have downtime, I could do this, but I just won't because I just would rather lay here and watch TV, versus like purposefully unplugging to connect with your kids, to connect with your spouse, to just have, you know, that hour after a full day of working on a Thursday night and you are just, your kids drove you nuts, like you're just done. Like there's a difference. And I want you to recognize that. Like for me, there are times when I know I'm being lazy, but then there's sometimes where like this weekend, I'm like, okay, I need to unplug. Like I just have to not worry about checking my notifications, like just having that purposefully unplugged time. And that's okay. Right? That is okay. And you need that, because I've experienced that in August. Like I just completely burnt myself out in those first 2 weeks of August, and it was hard to come back from. So learn from me, learn from those mistakes, and just take like, I think a good rule of thumb for me that I've realized is I need like one day. I need just one day where like I'll get up early, get everything set up for the day, and then just unplug. I need that one day without feeling guilty or without feeling like I'm super behind. Like, it's okay having that little bit of time. Okay, the next thing is when was it July or like the end of June, we did that Diamond Daily, and you guys crushed it. Like those of you that participated, like for example, I know Brittany Mason, like she did that every day, and I remember she messaged me, she's like, it's crazy what your business does when you like do this stuff every day. And I was like, yeah, it does, right? But I'm like, yes, like we need to get back to that. We need to get back into that. And I don't want to call it a Diamond Daily. I want to call it like daily dues or something like that. But I didn't get to it today, but I'm going to take that sheet and I'm going to tweak it a little bit, just kind of make it maybe a little bit more like a quick like 10 power hour list, like what should you do, like kind of incorporate that stuff. But then I want to bring that back because I want to help you guys stay accountable. I want to, just, and have it also be a reality check for you too, because I know sometimes you might, maybe none of you do this, but I know sometimes I do that. I'm like, oh, I worked a ton today. And then I'll go look at my tracker and I'm like, oh, no, you did nothing today. Like you didn't even check in your groups. You didn't even message, or whatever. So hopefully that can be a way for us to kind of keep accountable. And then if, the 10th of the month, well, no, it's next week, like the 15th of the month, you and I are chatting and you're like, oh, I'm just struggling to make connections with people. Then we can pull your tracker and we can say, okay, well, how many people have you been adding? Have you been messaging them? Have you been, engaging with those people on your posts and things like that? So I think it'll be good for you to kind of just evaluate yourself and your business too, and where you're at and doing those behaviors. Another thing too, I want you to think about is if you are inviting every day and that's stressing you out, like you go to invite and you're just like, oh my gosh, like I have so many invites I'm sending. Maybe think about taking like 2 days and just those are your invite days. And then Wednesday, like let's say it's Monday, Tuesday, you spend 2 days and that's all you do is just focus on invites. Then Wednesday, Thursday, those are the days that you're following up with people. So if you are feeling unorganized, if you're feeling like you can't keep track of everything, maybe don't look at it as doing something every day, but maybe like Monday, Tuesday are just invites. Like you are reaching out to people, you're connecting, you're sending all those messages, you're trying to connect with people, and then you follow up. And then the weekend, you're still trying to just follow up with those people that are engaging back, talking back to you. So sometimes, I can give you the list of things to do, but you have to make it work and fit and tweak for you. Because I know there's been seasons in my life where I've done that and it worked for a while, but you just have to find what works for you and finding a way to keep track of it that works for you. And whether that's paper, pencil, whether that's Streak, whether that's just going through Messenger and who's responding to you, but then every other day you go back down to and go back up through your messages and look through. But figure out a system that works for you. But I want to bring that back. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to post an image in the team page, and then that's where you can drop your trackers every night when you get done. And then again, like I think what I'm going to do is give you the list of things that I want you to kind of keep track of. And then because for me, you guys, like this is what works for me, like having a list of everything that I want to do. And I put it in the order of when I should do it, right? If that doesn't work for you, then figure out what does. Like if it's literally just having those 10 things listed and you cross them off or you check them off or whatever works for your brain, for your system. I'm going to give you the things and you create a sheet that works for you. Because sometimes I think I give you like what my checklist looks like, and some of you I think just deer in headlights, like you freeze, like you don't know how to work with that. And so I'm going to give you the things and then you figure out how to make it work for you. You figure out how to make that fit into yours. If you are at a point where you really, and I mean legit, seriously, really want to push your business to diamond and beyond, okay? Like legit, not just like since January we've been saying, oh, we're gonna hit diamond. No, I mean like legit, end of September, you want to be diamond, or you want to build a spouse to a diamond, or another account to diamond, or okay, if that's you, what we're gonna do is we're going to have a separate message thread. And all you need to do is just send me a private message and say Diamond by the end of September. And I thought of this. We're going to do a 30-day group from now till the end of September in this message thread. And then I have some things. We're going to start on Monday with reading Push by Chalene Johnson, 30-day goal-setting push book. I've never read it. I just ordered it on Amazon. It should be here tomorrow. We're going to start that Monday, and then I have some things that you need to do this week before we start Monday. So if that is you, and if it's not you, that's okay. Don't feel like, oh my gosh, like that has to be me. No, that's okay. If that's not you, if you're not ready, that's fine. I only want the people that legit are going to do what it takes, want to do what it takes to get to Diamond by the end of September, okay? And again, if that's not you, that's okay. But if it is you, let's go. We're going, all right? So message me, just send me a private message that you, Diamond, focus end of September, and we will get that set up and get that going. The next thing is Hillary and myself and Megan are working on planning a retreat for February. Hillary and I was hoping to have all the details for you guys tonight, but we're still kind of figuring it out for sure. And we don't know if we're going to just hop on a Zoom and explain it to you guys, or if we're just going to go live in our own team pages and explain it. But I will let you guys know that stuff as soon as possible. All you really need to know right now is get to Success Club in September. Like, all that matters right now is just get yourself to Success Club, okay? And then all that good stuff. But yeah, as soon as I know, I will share that with you guys and go from there. All right. Any questions or comments or anything so far? No? Awesome. Okay. Just a couple other things I wanted to share that, again, have been stewing around in my brain, so free groups. I was talking to a newer coach last week, and they were asking me about free groups and just questions on it and things like that. And I listened to, when I was driving down to Omaha, I was catching up on the National Wake Up Call. And it was the National Wake Up Call from the 27th, so from Monday. I can't remember her name. But she was kind of talking about this What is a Challenge group that she runs. And at Summit, I heard a couple coaches talk about like they run a What is To Be Mindset free group or info group. And I've told you guys this before, but when I did my info group for To Be Mindset in May, it blew up. Like, I honestly think that group is why To Be Mindset for me blew up, because I was in there, I was talking about the program, like I was sharing about the program. And so ever since Lift 4, I was like, I should do that like every week. I should just like have this group and just share like, what is a challenge group? Like, what is this? What is this? Well, I have this problem where I add a lot of stuff on my plate and try to do all the things, and then I can't, and that got pushed to the side. So I was thinking about this like on the plane when I had all this time, and I was thinking about free groups. I was thinking about the free group we ran last month, and I was thinking about, so I have this big group on Facebook. I think I have like 120 people right now, and it was from my To Be Mindset holding area. It was from my Lift 4 holding area, and it was just from random people that jumped in. And so I'm now going to call this group I don't know if I'm going to change the name, but it's going to be like my fit community. It's going to be like my free group, just kind of my community, my people. They're people that have expressed interest in what I do, in the programs. And this is what I'm going to do. And this is what I'm going to do for September. And I'm going to try it and just see how it goes. And I'm kind of taking like bits that I've heard from a lot of different coaches, bits from the National Wake Up Call. And I thought I had it written down exactly what I was going to do, and now I can't find it. But what my plan is this week in this community page, and I think a majority of you coaches are in there because it was from like, it's my to be or not to be. So if you're in that group. But this week, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share about Miracle Morning. So like, this is my free week. I'm sharing about Miracle Morning. I'm talking about not pushing snooze. And It's not too far out of my zone because I've been talking about that in Lift 4 group and in my 2B Mindset group. Like I've been sharing about not pushing snooze and talking about that. So I'm just kind of taking that information and plugging it into my community group, my free group page. Then next week, what I'm gonna do, so I'm hitting them every day this week. I'm gonna be talking about not pushing snooze and Miracle Morning and all that kind of thing. Just giving them value this week, just really trying to be that presence. And then next week, so the 10th, I have written down, I'm just gonna share my meal plan in there. I'm gonna be like, hey guys, like here's my meal plan. I just wanted to share it with you in case you wanted to see it. And then like nothing Tuesday, then Wednesday I'm gonna pop in and be like, hey, anybody not pushing snooze? Are you still, or did you go back to pushing snooze? And then like Friday I'm just gonna share like a Gary Vee video or something from Tony Robbins or something. So I'm gonna go like a week where I'm super intense, and then I'm gonna go a week where I just pop in every once in a while like, oh hey, like I saw this video, I thought of you guys, like here you go. Then the next week, so in September, for example, that is going to be the 17th. So the 17th is when I'm going to run a like, what is a challenge group? And so on the National Wake Up Call, she talked about like basically taking like the information that Beachbody gives us, like from the blog post that they have, make a flyer, like what is BOD, like what is BOD even about? Kind of dumbing it down to like you're talking to a second grader, like what's BOD? Why do you want to work out at home? What are the benefits? Let's talk about the nutrition plans. What are my top 5 programs and why should this one be one for you to do? Talk about Shakeology, giving support, that kind of thing. So I don't have that planned out yet because it's a couple weeks away, but I'm just going to hop in there. I'm going to share, it's going to be like a free week again. I'm going to share a crap ton of content. I'm going to share transformations. I'm going to go live once a day, like just really talk up the challenge groups and talk up what it is that we do and the support and like when the next group is starting. I'm going to break down the packages, like price by price, like here's exactly what you get for the price. And then the next week I'm going to back off and I'm just going to come in there like, hey, I just wanted to share like Maria's transformation from, you know, her whole year or whatever. Like here it is, like just hop in and just share little bits here and there and then come around again. And I'm only going to reach out to those people that are actually liking the posts, maybe engaging, because I'm not going to spend and waste my time each week messaging 100 people being like, hey, I got a new group. Are you ready? Like if they're engaging and watching and commenting and liking in these posts, I'm going to share that with them. So I'm going to give it a try. I don't know. I just wanted to share with you guys too, kind of what I'm thinking. Because I know Tamara asked me, she's like, what do you think about free groups and having like a page? And I know Brittany Mason has a page and she works a lot with that. And she shares like her workout every day and posts in there and stuff. And so I thought about going that route too, but I'm going to try this. I'm going to try like hitting them hard one week where I'm like in their face all the time. And then the next week just kind of back off. So like they miss me, like, oh, Kylie's so motivating. Like she gets my butt out of bed. Like where'd she go? You know, try to get them like, oh, I really like, you know, she's awesome. Like she's encouraging me. Like I like her support. Oh, like where'd she go? I miss her. You know, like I'm just trying something different, right? And I've heard Melanie talk about like these fit communities. I've heard about it on the National Wake Up Call. And so I'm like, okay, maybe if I can combine all these things and figure out kind of a plan and then share it with you guys. But the thing that I think is important is for me right now, like the snooze you lose, like I'm doing that myself, like not trying to push snooze. So for me, it's easy to make that into a free week because it's something I'm doing myself. I just got done reading Miracle Morning, so I just go back in there and kind of pull bits from it and share. So what are you doing with your personal development right now? Like where could you share that with some people? Like create a community page, you know, create people that have been interested but haven't committed yet. Like how could you add them in there, you know, and provide some of that value and that kind of thing. So I'm giving that a try. Gonna see how it goes because personally for me, that doesn't take a lot of extra time for me and effort and energy to do that, but yet I'm still giving a ton of value, but it's something that relates to me and like this time of year, you know, that kind of thing. So find something that works for you that you're working on. And I think, you know, if you're struggling with nutrition, so you really want to get back on track with nutrition, turn that into a week where you are sharing things and trying to hold other people accountable and that kind of thing. You know, or if you want to do like, I know my friend Lisa, she does this. She has like a group and they do a 30-day challenge. And what she does is she posts the calendar. She goes live every day and she's like, okay, guys, here's your challenge, like 10 squats. And then she does it live, or she just hops in and goes live really quick. And then every week, whoever comments that they did it, like she sends them a couple beach bars. And that's her way of engaging with people, trying to show her motivation, her support. And I'm like, awesome that you can commit to doing that every day. I've tried it, right? But maybe that's you. Maybe you are hardcore on that fitness side of things and that's your focus right now. So you could come up with a challenge and show up in there every day and provide that value and give them a challenge and that kind of thing. I know Amanda just opened up like a water group. So people that want to try and stay accountable on water. Amanda, if you watch this recording, like that would be a great hub to hook people in, like, let's drink water, and then throw in jabs about like your challenge group and nutrition and meal planning and that kind of thing. So that would be a great hub and a great advancement over there as well too. Whew. All right. Last thing I wanted to share with you guys is like I said, I talked to Tamara a little bit last week, and she said she's struggling with posting, like struggling with what to share, what to talk about. Cause she's like, I feel like I just keep saying the same thing. And I'm like, yeah, sometimes you do. Like sometimes you do feel like you start talking about the same things over and over. And so one of the things that I want to try to do to help you guys with that is I printed off a blank September calendar right here. And I'm going to go through tomorrow, and I'm going to kind of give you guys like a sample calendar, like a sample of like topics, like each day. Like what I've been trying to do personally is have each day kind of have a purpose. So for me, Fridays have been like, okay, I know I'm going to take a progress photo and I'm going to post that. And I'm going to post from like week 1 to now, the progress that I've made with Lift 4. And I've tried to switch it up. Like each week I try, like last week I did in the same shirt that I had on at week 1. And then I'll try to like the next time, then I'll do like in my bra and try to like show more of my stomach definition, like things that are changing. But that's been like my Friday constant, is like having a progress photo. And what I've been trying to do, because I want to start trying to talk about coaching a lot more, is I try to alternate it. So if I post about fitness in the morning, I try to post about coaching at night. Or if I post about coaching and like just some of the freedoms of my mornings and not being rushed and the like less stress. Or for those of you that do work full time, you could throw in like, you know, just what coaching does for you, like gets you out of bed in the morning. If it wasn't for coaching, you would probably still be sleeping until like right before you had to go to work, whatever it might be. So I'm just personally, for me, that's what I'm trying right now, is like 1 or 2 good posts a day, sharing about coaching, sharing about the coaching lifestyle, and then really just sharing like my progress with Lift 4 and just my progress in general, and trying to like hit those objections over the head. Like, I don't have the money, my husband doesn't support me, like all those kind of things. Every time I hear that, I'm like, okay, I'm going to post about that later in the week, about how somebody doesn't have the money or thinks this stuff is expensive and that kind of thing. So I will share, I'm going to kind of draft up just some samples just to try and give you guys some idea. But then what really helps me, and if you guys notice, like I've been trying to not do this, but I usually have 1 week where my posts are like, yes, like she is nailing it, she rocks it. And then the next week it's like, who is that girl? Like when I sit down on the weekend and plan my posts and type them out, they are awesome. Like I get the most engagement, I get the most comments, I get the most interaction with people. But when I sit down at 9:30 on Monday night and try to type out a post, it sucks. And nobody likes it, nobody comments, except all you beautiful people on this team, right? So one thing, if you're struggling, I want you to sit down. Like this week I sat down, I'm like, okay, what's my focus this week? Success Club, challengers. My posts are all going to be directed at my challenge group. Like my enrollment's open. Like here's how many people I need. Here's why you need to be in this group. Like here we go. And then I'm trying to plan out my pictures. So I'm like trying to be very deliberate. Like, okay, tonight I posted a before and after. all right, so like Thursday, Friday, I want to have a different transformation picture that looks different than that, but yet still is like, holy crap, like, yes, let's go. Plus with week 8 ending, really, really think about this weekend, how you're going to breadcrumb throughout the week that this is the last week, and then boom, like, here's my results. I lost this many inches. I lost this many pounds. One post, I'm going to share it in the thread because I'm going to kind of spin it a little bit, but Jen Guthrie did a super awesome post. She's pregnant and she's gained 13 pounds and like 11 inches or whatever. So she's like, in my next group, if you lose exactly 13 pounds and 11 inches, I'm going to give you a $50 gift card or something like that. I'm like, ooh, I like that. So what I'm going to do is whatever my final results are, I'm going to kind of twist my post that way and say, hey, if you join me in the next round and you lose this amount of weight, I'm giving you a gift card or I'm giving you whatever. But I'll share that because I screenshot it because I'm like, I want to like take that and tweak it because I just like that. I thought that's such a good idea. It's so creative. So yeah, so what I want you to do is if you haven't planned out your post for the week, and I know there's like that Planoly app and stuff like that for Instagram, but literally you guys, like, let me show you. This is what I've been doing. So I went on Google Docs. I made 3 squares and I like set them out, and then I'm like, okay. So for example, like I didn't know when I wanted to do my call to action for like my transformation. I'm like, whatever, I'll just do it tonight. No, but like whatever. It's gonna either flop or fail. Like what? It's fine. So like I wrote that down. Like, okay, I want my transformation. I'm gonna do it Monday night. So then tomorrow morning, I was like, what should I talk about tomorrow morning? Because if I showed my transformation, what should I show in the morning? It's like tomorrow morning, I'm talking about like not being stressed after the weekend, like even though I was off all weekend and I enjoyed myself, like I'm not stressed because, and so it's like a little coaching jab. Like I'm not stressed about getting up and rushing out the door and nobody getting naps and nobody sleeping. Like I'm just going into my week. Like I have my to-do list. I've got my dump list. Like I'm going, I'm doing it, whatever I can get done today. So I tried to, and then I know like Wednesday, for example, is my birthday. So I'm trying to like strategically do a post like, oh, it's my birthday. Like, but oh, like like I'm celebrating my birthday, like, but I'll be back to you tonight with questions and, just things like that. So look at your week, look at what your focus is. Like, do you want to get some challengers? Do you want to get some people in your challenge group? Like, what are some things that you could talk about? What objections have you been getting? And then for me, it just works to sit down like in the morning when my creative juices are flowing. I just type it out. Like I just have my topic and I type it out. Or jump in the shower and like just let your mind wander. But seriously, the best posts come in the shower, I swear. Or right before I'm about to fall asleep. And I'm like, oh, I'll remember in the morning and then never do. But anyways, so for me, that's what's working. And granted, like last week when I had time on the plane to like type, but you guys, I got like my next 2 to 3 weeks of content written because I'm like, these are the things I want to talk about. Like this is where I want to go. So take an hour to just sit down or half an hour or whatever to sit down and just kind of plan out your post. Like, what do you want it to look like? What do you want to speak to? And what's your story? Like break up your story. Like I shared yesterday about how when I bought my first challenge pack, like Kevin like laughed. He's like, all right. Like, and I've shared that before, but I just tried to share it in a different way. Or, like today, like I forgot it was Monday and I've rested 3 days in a row and like I've ate like crap. But you know what? Tomorrow I'm going to get back at it. And I know that. Like I know that I can get back on track. And I, completely didn't, so just like sharing those kind of things, like relating from the past to now. And obviously like sometimes things change. Like I was going to talk about this, but then I didn't end up doing that. So then I just changed it a little bit. But just having that ready to go has helped me so much this last week because then I don't have to like sit down and the kids are trying to go to bed, the baby's crying, Kevin's like yelling at me, get off your phone, and I'm like, I have to post. Like I have it written, it's good to go. I don't have to stress about it. So for those of you that are struggling with what to post or you feel like you're doing the same thing, try planning it out. Just try and like start with 1 post a day. Like you want 1 good post a day, focus on that. And then like, so that's what I'm focusing on Instagram. And then over on Facebook, like granted, I'm trying to change it after Brandy shared that little like engagement thing, which I don't know. I posted on Friday at like 11:30 and that baby blew up. So I don't know. Maybe she's on something. But I always try to just maybe share like something about my kids on Facebook that I maybe wouldn't share on Instagram on my feed, So just trying to like do a little bit different on Facebook, but like Instagram especially, like I'm trying to have one really good post, maybe two, depending on the day, depending on what's going on, you know, that kind of thing. But give it a try. If it's something you're struggling with, like print out, you know, just this week's calendar and what's your focus and when's your next group. And for example, like Thursday too, I'm going to start, especially on my stories. I tried to start planning out my stories too, like having a call to action on my stories every day. So like Thursday, for example, I'm going to start talking about the 3-day refresh. I'm not going to call it that. I'm going to call it like I'm doing a plant-based cleanse starting on Sunday. Like I'm going to start jabbing about that a little bit. Because I know Melanie says every time she does that, she doesn't have a lot of people do it with her, but they always order when she's done. And then they do it, you know, the next week after or whatever. So I plan on doing that. I plan on like really talking up the refresh when we're doing it next week, you know, sharing all about it because God knows I hate it. And so I'm going to talk the crap out of it because I better get some sales from that baby or I'm going to, but so that's just something that's been working for me because I think I realized that, okay, like I know our groups are awesome. I know our programs are awesome. I know I'm a great coach, but social media wise, like I had to become a little bit smarter about it. Like I had to try and hit those pain points and share stuff that would make people say like, yes, I'm ready. Like, okay, you got me. Like I need to do this. And that comes from when I plan it out. If I don't sit down and plan it out, it stinks. And I've started to try and do that with my stories too, because otherwise I'd get to the end of the night and I'd be like, I need to do a story. What should I do? Oh, do you struggle with fitness or nutrition? Like, and just throw it up there. So I've been trying to like be a little more strategic with that as well too. So, all right, gang. Drop the pass. What questions do you have? Comments? Need to do that, Andrea. Yeah. And I know it takes time to like sit and plan that, but it saves me so much time during the week. Like, for example, last night, 6 o'clock, I hadn't posted yet, and I knew what post it was about me and Kevin. And so I'm like, Kev, smile, let's go, take a picture. And he's like, ah. And I'm like, no, just take it. And then I copy and pasted, posted it, and I was done. Like, I didn't have to think. So for the weekends, it's been really nice because, you know, don't always have, or on the days where I look like crap, where I'm like, okay, you just got to take this picture really quick.
It's like I don't know, I'm so like hot mess expressive about it that I like never know, and then it's like bam, idea, and it just happens.
Yeah.
But like, I also have a lot of free time right now, so I need to, I don't know.
Well, and that's like, if that works for you, because for some people that does, like for some people, like on the fly, go, like, and that works. Like, but for me, I know when I try to do that, no.
Yeah, I feel like 20% of the time it works really well, and then like the next day I have no idea what I'm talking about.
And you know what? Sometimes what I do is like I'll plan them out, and then if I have a good idea, I'll write it down, and then I'm like, okay, when can I fit this in next week? Or I'll tweak what I had written to add that in there too. So I don't know if that's maybe what you could do too, like if you have that idea and you're like, oh, you know, or something like that.
All I'm saying is I'm kind of mad that I decided to do the 3-day refresh because if I get in that test group, it's gonna be like that for 8 or 6 weeks.
That the meal plan's like that?
I don't know. It's gonna be terrible, I'm sure.
Oh, it won't be terrible. When are they gonna announce it? Do you know?
The 8th-ish. It's like this weekend.
Oh my gosh, I'm so.
They would start the 24th, which was the week after my birthday. So I was like, thank God.
I have a good feeling.
I am hoping so, but
I have a good feeling.
I think like a really good transformation because I could keep getting comments of like you haven't really changed in the last like year, and I was like, I know. So
that you haven't changed?
Because I like go up and down so bad because I like click back and they're like, well, you just haven't like gotten any better, blah blah blah. And I was like, yeah, I'll improve it all.
But that could be a post too where it's like it's not always about your body, it's about my mind and
yep.
You know?
The plan.
So, awesome. I hope this was helpful. I hope. So
yeah, it definitely was. Definitely.
Good.
Maria's gonna be diamond.
I'm finally moved into my house. Like I don't have as much stress like I did at the end of August. It's time for business stuff now.
I kept watching your stories and I'm like, I'm tired just watching her. Like all the boxes and all, I was just like, oh.
Yep. Yeah, it was horrible.
You had your kids with you and just everything.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
But it's done.
That's why I messaged you. I'm like, you are amazing. Just so you know. Like, I want you to know that.
I like texted Bailey to make sure she was like sane. I was like, are you good? Okay.
Yep.
All right, you guys. Well, I'm going to let you go because I got to do some stuff quick before I go to bed. But I will share that thread really quickly for 6:30 tomorrow morning. Oh, wait. What did Maria say? I didn't even see her. I saw her comment, but.
Oh, I was just saying that, like, that's, now that I'm moved and stuff and the kids are in school, that's kind of my new goal of trying to be up earlier, do the workout and kind of my own work stuff before I get them up. So 6:30, actually, I think in my, like, plan of things is going to be a pretty good time. So
yes,
I may be there tomorrow.
Awesome. Sounds good. Awesome. All right. And then don't forget, if you want to make that push for Diamond to happen in September, just send me that message. I'll open up that thread tomorrow and share some info with you guys and all that good stuff. I should say Diamond and beyond. So, all right, guys, I will get this recorded up so that those that couldn't jump on. Courtney, I can't see your beautiful face, but hello, my dear. So, all right, guys, have a good night. Happy Monday, not Sunday. Happy Monday. All right, talk to you guys later.